Well, greetings to the YTPC. I haven't done a pipe video in a while. Thought we'd take a look at my vintage Dunhill pipe collection. So let's jump right into it. So it's a beautiful day out. I thought I'd bring you outside with me, share with you my Dunhill pipe collection. So first things first, let's do a pipe check. Since we're going to be talking about Dunhill pipes, I'm smoking in 1962, my birth year, beautiful root briar bulldog. Absolutely one of my favorite pipes. And in it, although we're talking about some very high-end pipes, a very low-end, over-the-counter drugstore tobacco, Whitehall black tie, an aromatic, and I know it's cheap, but I like it. If you saw my video I did on my entire pipe collection, you'll know that it came from my grandfather, and I'll link that up above here. It came from my grandfather, one of the few things I really wanted from him after he passed away. Drove all the way from New Jersey to Ohio to pick it up, and have cherished it ever since. He seemed to have gravitated during his smoking years to English pipes, and has a number of different brands, but the Dunhills are ones that I really have taken a liking to. You can see that there's 8 of them in the collection now. 2 I purchased, the rest were his, and we can kind of go through them from oldest to newest. This one here, a nice sandblast from 1918 or so. These are somewhat difficult to date. First, it's difficult to see the nomenclature that's stamped in there. And then you need to have a reliable dating guide to try and figure it out when they were made. I've got one that I found that I think is pretty good, and I'll link it above so you guys that are interested can check it out. Interesting part about this pipe is you can see it doesn't have a white dot. You may not be able to see it at all, but right there it has a black dot. Now I've done a little research on that. There are some people that claim that back in the early 1900s, people that would go into the working man's pubs in London might want to hide the fact that they had a high-end Dunhill pipe and covered them up, painted the white dot black. I think it's more likely to be, especially with one that's over 100 years old, that over the years the ivory simply absorbed the smoke from inside and was stained black. Regardless, it's cool and a nice bit of history and a good smoker. I have smoked all of these. This one here from 1933 or so, a nice smooth finish with a cool wood grain stem. You can see the white dot there. I have no doubt that in all of these cases, with the exception of one, that the stems are original to the pipes. And I believe my grandfather bought these all new. I can't imagine he'd be out there going to estate sales or something like that. This one from the 1930s, nice weight in hand, beautifully balanced, and I think that wood grain stem is really quite unique. This next one also with kind of a brownish stem, sandblast finish, a bit of a cant to the bowl. There are size guides out there, but they're kind of difficult to be able to put an exact size to these pipes, these older pipes. Newer ones, the nomenclature is fairly clear, but this one might be a Dubliner. A little bit beat up around the bowl, as is the one from 1918. This one's from 1935 or so. Then we go into the 1940s. This was actually 1939. This is a really nice, beautifully sized billiard with the white dot there. I really like this one. It's got the perfect feel for me. Fits well in the hand. Smokes really, really well. This smooth finish here is from 1942, I believe. Does not have a white dot, so I think this is a replacement stem. I didn't do it, but I imagine my grandfather did at some point. Probably apple shape or billiard shape. And then this one was in his collection originally. A nice, I don't know if we call that a horn shape or a Zulu shape. This one's from 1962. It was in his collection my birth year, so I'm really pleased about that. I was the first grandson on my dad's, that came from my dad, not my aunt. So I'm going to say he bought this to celebrate my birth. I'm sure he didn't, but that's my story. Then I purchased this little 1962 sandblast. I think it's called a Lavat shape. A nice bit there. Very light. And then I already showed you my favorite bulldog shaped 1962 root briar. Very, very high quality pipe. I'm really happy with this one. So there's your tour through 100 years or so of Dunhill pipes. If you enjoyed this like I did, hit the like, subscribe, and bell button. Leave a comment down below. Do you have any Dunhills in your collection? Oh, and I'll see you again soon here in the arena.